With me shooting in the gym. You weren't with me shooting in the gym.
What's going on, folks?
Yes.
Welcome back to Those Podcasts. We are hosts. I'm Rye.
It's Bri.
And on today's episode,
we talk about Michael Vick and these people that's out here that's just hating. You know what I mean? I was just saying some things about it, but it's two folds to this. First thing, Michael Vick. Oh my God. I like Michael Vick. I like the story because he came from, a regular background. He's a hell of an athlete. He changed the face of football when you talk about the quarterback. We seen mobile quarterbacks, but he took mobile quarterbacks to another level. Yes, Lamar Jackson. It's nice to see Lamar Jackson. But Mike Vick did it first. He's definitely day one.
To where they thought a mobile quarterback could be a black mobile quarterback, a franchise quarterback.
Right.
He was the number one overall pick.
Right. And I'm glad that, just to jump off of it a little bit, I'm glad that these mobile quarterbacks are winning games the way that they win games. Mm-hmm. Instead of being like McNabb, saying, "Oh, I could be a pocket passer."
Definitely jumping off.
Like, bruh, you don't have to. But anyway, so Mike Vick, they got this petition thing going around because they don't want him to
be honored at the Pro Bowl. Now, this is my thing with Michael Vick. I'm sorry, Mike Vick, but you are who we thought you were. And they let you off the hook. You thought that you was going to get on TV and agree to some things that people say, and especially the whole Riley Cooper thing. You turned the cheek on that one. You turned the cheek. You came to defend Riley Cooper and his racial remarks when he called black people the N-word. You defended them. Now, you paid the price for that. You turned over a new leaf. And now you trying to do things right and you still not accepted. Because you are who you are. And that's it. But how do you feel about the people that's like trying to ostracize him after the fact? Like he didn't already go to jail for it. He didn't already serve his time. He didn't already been back in the league. And they're still. And at the end of the day, the people who want to jump on this, it's not football related. Like you want to why do you care about the Pro Bowl if you don't watch football? Like why do you care Michael Vick is being honored at the Pro Bowl if you don't watch football?
That's true.
It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's just a simple fact that he's getting something and you still want to bash him. Like. Should he just crawl they're going to say yes, but should he just crawl under a rock and never be seen again? No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, that's the reason why you go to jail, because whatever they sentence you to, that's what they feel like you owe. And I did security at the building when he actually had to go to his probation officer like a regular person, got patted down like a regular person. This ain't no hearsay. I seen it. So he went through the process of being a criminal, even though technically he probably wasn't the actual dog fighter. See, people just missing that. He probably wasn't the actual dog fighter. I'm
not gonna lie to you. I have no idea. I'm just being honest. I have no idea what Mike Vick inclusion in this whole dogfighting ring was about. Because I was in 07, I was working 2 jobs at the time. I wasn't watching sports or nothing.
No, it was just simple. It was simple. Locked up. He pretty much got locked up for they had dog fighting in one of his properties that he owned.
Right.
And
he didn't participate in any of it?
They didn't catch him there. It was just, they was doing it and it was under his name, which he messed up with that. So what happened was Mike Vick had a house that was like way in the back of the woods, and it was a journalist. And I think I told you a little bit of the story.
You told me a little bit.
It was a journalist that said, hey, I think she talked to like a realtor and was like, you know, why would a person have a house way back in the woods like that in this particular part of, I think he lived in Georgia or somewhere like that. And the realtor was like, when you doing something that you don't want nobody to know about. And that's what they was like, kind of like snooping around,
so
and then
hit her big break.
Right. So then they was like snooping around. They kind of seen things. So they seen a cousin that was a drug dealer, and they followed him. They had a warrant for his arrest. This is what they did. They had a warrant for his arrest. They waited till he got to Michael Vick's house. Soon as he walked in the house, search for it. So they can have probable cause to go in there. So they never had nothing on the whole situation.
He could have just been using the bathroom in his own house.
But that's all they was waiting on. Soon as he pulled up in there, get there, search for it. And that's how they found out. And the cousins didn't take the fall for it. They made Mike Vick take it. The cousins was offered 5 years. Mike Vick was offered 2. They didn't take the hit for that, which I would have. I wish my last name was Brahim Vick, because I definitely would have took the. I would have took the hit. He was the highest paid. $100 million contracts wasn't known until Mike Vick came along. You crazy? I sure would have took that hit.
Yeah, I would have took that hit too,
bro. I'd have did that 5 years. Got out in 3 years with good behavior. Put my money up.
I hate to make this a racially tense show, but my biggest issue with this is, and I'm not condoning anything Michael Vick does, but we're going to be honest about this, whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. It's different in the inner city than it is in white America. Like, dogfighting, as heinous as anybody thinks it is what it is. Like, that's how some people, by breeding and fighting dogs, is how they make money. I'm not saying it's right. Let's start with that. I'm not saying it's right. But my biggest thing is, don't put us in a situation where we gotta fend for ourselves and survive on our own, and then get mad at us when we're that way. Like, the inner city's a whole lot different than, you know, some small town in Indiana or something.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot different.
It's nothing the same.
I was watching a YouTube video. Somebody was like, you know, these IQ tests are stupid. You want to know why they're stupid? They tested your IQ on something that ain't got nothing to do with how I live my everyday life. If those same 150 IQ people had to live in the hood for a day and had a hood IQ test, they fail it. They would fail it every time.
You know what? That's the same thing that they say about the end of the year tests, like the SATs and stuff like that, because like they don't go based off of the curriculum that you're learning or how they teach it. It's coming from somewhere way over there, and then they just drop it off into the school like, hey, listen, make them, you know, go over this right here, and then of course, you know, you get the outcome high. Some kids got it, some kids don't.
Swim. You
know what I mean? So,
and that's the situation Michael Vick was in, and people still want to. If you want to be so outraged about how Mike Vick, even though you can say, oh, he was a millionaire, don't matter. Like, you still are the same person you are when you leave the hood. Like, if you want to have an issue with that, have an issue with how some schools in the inner city don't have up-to-date textbooks.
I never heard of that one.
How about have an issue with the fact that when I was growing up, I'm dumb, thinking that Christopher Columbus discovered America. I got the question right on the test. When it said who discovered Christopher Columbus, that's the right answer to the test.
Right.
But lo and behold, as we all know, you can't discover something if somebody was already here.
Can't.
So if you want to have an issue with stuff, have an issue with the system itself and want to fix the system, not just want to bash Michael Vick because you like dogs so much. Okay, I like dogs too. I do. But I also get Michael Vick's point of view. Live in the inner city for one day. I guarantee you change your mind. But you ain't going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to write a petition to get Michael Vick out of the Pro Bowl. It ain't got nothing to do with, it has nothing to do with you. You can love dogs all you want. Go ahead and love dogs. Go ahead and love animals. Go ahead and love life. But if you love life so much, do something about what's going on in my city. How about that, since you love life so much? So I don't have to turn to, not me, but I don't have to turn to a life of selling drugs to feed my family. I ain't got to go robbing and stealing to feed my family. I don't have a trust fund waiting for me. My dad's not a part of a Fortune 500 company that he's going to turn over to me when he's ready to retire. I don't have the same opportunities as you. But yet still Michael Vick, now he was wrong. Let me not mistake that. He was wrong, but he paid.
He paid. And like I said, not only, like this is not like hearsay. I patted Mike Vick down. I said to him, I knew it was Mike Vick. I said, ID. Empty your pockets out. Like, I was professional about it. I said, empty. Of course, he was an Eagle player. So, you know, a little shot. I don't work there no more, so they can't fire me.
Right.
I said, empty your pockets out. Guess he ain't had nothing in his pockets. He already knew. I was about to tell him to take his sneakers off.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to hold him up. Like, it wasn't really, like, personal. I mean, I was, like, you're a star. Like, whoever, this guy signed $100 million, like, and he's standing here with literally white shirt on, with a white shirt on with some gray sweatpants. And he's standing in front of me with a Virginia ID. I think his name Mike Dwayne Vick or something like that. And I'm sitting up here looking at his ID. I'm like, damn, this is Mike Vick. Like what?
You ain't like him that much.
Yeah, I mean, listen. But you know, you just try to be professional. Yeah. But so I seen him go through that. Like, that's embarrassing. Being worth $100 million, like $100 million stripped for everything. And you ever notice he never made an excuse about it?
Never.
He never made an excuse. He never made an excuse. He never said, well, Raheem was the one, and Raheem was the one that actually had the pit bulls. He took it. He never said anything. He went through his case, and guess what? He did his time. And guess what he did? He came home. And guess what happened? A team signed him. And guess who it was? Philadelphia Eagles. And guess what string he was? He was the third string quarterback.
Had to work his way up. And
not only
a franchise quarterback.
And when I say from that muscle, bruh, you talking about a man that was the man that was like the star of, he was the face of the NFL, went to the rock bottom, went to jail, come home, third string, probably got paid peanuts based off of his criminal history, you know, to see how things was going to work. He not only came back, he took the starting job, and guess what? Guess what he did? Got another $100 million. Who can say they did that? Who can say they did something like that? And now he retired from football. Eventually, his career declined. Mm-hmm. He went on the radio, well, on sports analyst, and now they want to honor him at the Pro Bowl. What? No, I don't even watch the damn Pro Bowl.
Matter of fact, hold on, you're absolutely right. It's the damn Pro Bowl. What are y'all talking? Why are y'all?
I don't even care about the Pro Bowl.
That's a punishment if you're watching the Pro Bowl.
Truthfully, I ain't watching it. You only watch the Pro Bowl if it's like,
because you are so starved for football.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, bruh. Because I ain't watching it. I mean, I'm not watching the highlights. Nothing. But
it's actually flag football, two-hand touch.
But you know what though? It's only because it's Mike Vick. Because if it was Big Ben, they wouldn't say nothing.
Big Ben is a notorious.
Hold up. What about the boy Josh Brown? But that was his name, right? Josh Brown?
I don't know who that is.
The kicker. They say he beat the hell out of his wife.
Beat up his wife.
Yeah, Josh Brown.
He was the kicker for the Giants, right?
The kicker for the Giants. And guess what they did? He didn't miss no games.
And then he got cut, right?
And then he got cut. But that's because they blew it up. He said it. He said, yeah, I did this. I'm sorry. I did it. Mike Vick never admitted to, see, and that's the thing. I just named Big Ben. He did something to a human. And I just named Josh Brown. And he did something to a human. But Mike Vick, he the scum of the earth because he did something to a dog. And not to be mean or anything, but if you ain't a vegan, then you need to shut the hell up. Because at the same time,
absolutely.
At the same time, you can't be this animal lover and then you just eating chicken. And then worried about Mike Vick and his posse.
I hate to be like that. That's y'all. And you know who y'all is. Y'all the ones who try to make these rules that you want us to abide by.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, because if you go to India, what is it, India?
Yup.
And you with a hamburger in your hand, yeah. Now you the scum of the earth. But how many of y'all gonna give up hamburgers?
Look at China. They eat dog on a regular. We see it all over the. Thank God for technology, because before it was like a myth. It was like, oh man, they eat dog, they eat cat. Now what you see? You see a dog or a cat on a damn stick spinning around, and you like, damn, is that a Rottweiler?
And now go to China and call them scum of the earth.
Yeah, they ain't going for that.
Go to China.
You get your head bust.
Go to China with all that noise.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy while you're all the way in China.
I asked this guy. I said, do you eat? And this was right around the time with the whole Mike Vick thing. I said, where you from? He's like, Hong Kong. I said, do y'all eat dog? I was like, I don't know what made me say that. I'm like, do y'all eat dog?
It's like a delicacy or something?
Yup, he said that's a delicacy. He said the meat is so delicious. I said, now I'm looking at that like that's nasty because we pet dogs and but how do they look at it if we eating chicken? Come on, man. Like, if you're not a vegan, then shut the hell up. That's all I got to say. And if you weren't about that,
especially if you eat something like veal or lamb.
Oh my God. And people be sitting. All that, they don't even think about it. They don't even think about it. They don't think about that stuff. Damn, that was just a duck. That was just chicken. That was just lamb. That was just, cow. They don't care. But Mike Vick fought a couple dogs. A couple dogs died. And I remember a woman, back to my story again. And this, she actually on my Facebook too. We was working together, and she absolutely hated Michael Vick because of that. She is a dog lover. At the time, she didn't have any kids. So dogs was like her thing. Like, she really, really loved dogs. She really, really loved, some people like dogs, and some people love dogs. Like, I like dogs, and you're going to be a dog. Like, that's your corner. That's your food. Let's go out for a walk. Some people say, hop up on the counter. Let's go to the bathroom.
Jump in my bed.
Jump in my bed.
Let's take a bath together.
Let's take a bath together. Are you out your damn mind? So, she hated him so much, but I always said,
chicken?
What?
Interesting.
She said he was the scum of the earth. And she was an Eagle fan. She an Eagle fan too. She said, I can't stand him. Just based off of... But this is the thing. Not only... And this will make me mad. For one, he took it as a man. For two, nobody ever seen Mike Vick doing it. Can you just imagine I do something here? Like right now, whatever in my pocket, you don't know. You don't know. Even if you do know, You don't think nothing of it. I'm just in your house. You don't think nothing like really gonna come up out of it. Police bust in here because they chasing after me. Now they like, oh, this house is a drug house. That's not the case. So for Mike Vick, he might have known the dog fight. I'm pretty sure he did. His cousin probably said, hey, listen, Mike, we got this thing going on that can make us a lot of money. He said, cool, set it up. Here go the money for the crib, boom. Y'all can use that crib, there's a lot of land. I'm always on the road, it ain't gonna make a difference. Now, I mean, why would he have it in his name? That just puzzles me. Like, why did he didn't put it in the LLC? He could have put it in a cousin name. I mean, maybe he got trust issues, but he could have did it in an LLC and then have him and his cousin like joint partners or something. Like, I don't know. Like, he could have did multiple things, but it was a direct connection with that situation, and there's just no way that he should have went down for that. But I respect Michael Vick because he stood up as a man, came home as a man, did his time. And he was even on a reality show. Mike Vick is a prime example of no excuses, man. No excuses, man. He got it done, man. So to see this guy change his life around, and he a churchgoer. And he like dedicated. His girlfriend was from
and he remained the same throughout.
He remained
as soon as he got out of jail, he was an advocate, and to this day he's an advocate. He could have stopped at any point in time. He could have been like, you know what? Let me make these white folk happy.
Right.
And jump on and say, dog, 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 dog. I love dogs. And then as soon as they get out my face, I'm done.
And to go back to what I was saying about the whole Riley Cooper, that's what I think that he was trying to do. Like, I think he was trying to win them. I think he was trying to win them over. And then, like, 2 weeks later, he got that job. It was like he signed a deal. I think it was like with NBC or Fox or something. But he got a deal, and I was like, oh, this because it was like, Mike. See, this is what I don't like. Black people sit around and talk about things. Like when Kevin Hart said, oh, when I was a kid, and if you would have picked up a baby doll, my dad would have dropped a Barbie house on my head. These are real life things that really happened. This is how we was really raised back in the day. You can't change what happened. It is what it is. So we feel racist. So if you feel anybody racist, like we could tell the Riley Cooper thing wasn't a good look. A lot of Eagle fans like or actually love Riley Cooper. He had a good season.
How come he wasn't the scum of the earth?
Nah, he really wasn't. And guess what? The NFL didn't even do nothing. The team suspended him. But guess what? The team only did it because truthfully, if Riley Cooper was Jordy Nelson, he probably wouldn't have got suspended. You got to do something because of the media. And it was only Riley Cooper at the time. He wasn't playing that good at that moment. So you could just say, okay, we're going to suspend you for two or three games or whatever. You know what I mean? Let this blow over. And then they let him go. Matter of fact, after he did that, he got a contract for $23 million. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So this dude, you know, that's what happened.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little ignorant. What are they honoring Mike Vick at the Pro Bowl for?
I don't know.
Because
I didn't even look into it because I just seen the protest and I said, here we go. Here go the dumb stuff. It's just so stupid. People worry about the dumbest stuff in the world. I don't even give a damn about the Pro Bowl, let alone him being honored. Like Mike Vick, I mean, hey, nice, you know, clap your hands, whatever. I'm moving on.
And guess what? He actually, in case y'all didn't know, can play football.
Yeah.
As we said, he had $200 million contracts.
So
he can play football.
He was
so
the
if
first
they're honoring
person.
him for something
People don't know.
related,
He changed the NFL. Like when it came to contracts, Mike Vick busted bank open. He the reason why some of these contracts is like it is today.
right?
Mike Vick got that big contract. I'm like, man, yeah, man, listen. Nobody had $100 million before Mike Vick. You crazy? Mike Vick had that $100 million first. Same thing in the NBA. I mean, that's how it go. But
I'm trying to look it up.
I don't even know what it's about, because I remember when it first started, it was 1,000. Then it was 2,000. Next thing I know, it was 300.
Remove him as an honorary Pro Bowl captain.
Man, come on, man. Who cares? He just picking a team. Nobody don't care. Them guys are grown. They run their own damn plays. Man, go 5 steps and turn around, man. I'm gonna hit you. Come on, man. Nobody don't care about that stuff, man. You can have Michael Irvin, boy, he done slept with more tricks and.
Hey.
Listen, man. I mean, I'm just saying, and I know, like, I'm just saying, like, they pick and choose.
They damn sure pick and choose.
You can't do that. Like, if
somebody just saw this on Facebook speaking on the Mike Vick thing and was absolutely disgusted. When is the NFL going to take any responsibility for the behavior of its current and former players? To honor a man who had zero regards for animals is unacceptable. Animals. I guarantee you he eat chicken.
He eat chicken?
I guarantee you.
I know he eat chicken.
People pick and choose, like you said, and that's bull.
Come on, man.
If you're going to be mad at Michael Vick, be disgusted at everybody who has a piece of meat on their plate. Everybody.
Eggs, cheese.
Everybody.
Come on, man. They don't be caring about that stuff, man.
They don't.
It's just about who did it.
Who did it, and, you outraged?
Because why?
So I got to be outraged too, because you outraged.
Right.
We both outraged. Because you got a dog, I got a dog, so we got to be outraged.
So why they didn't protest him to not be on TV? Like, I just don't understand. Why they didn't protest for him not to get that $100 million contract again from the Philadelphia Eagles? Because it was more fresh then. Why didn't they protest him for he would not? Oh, I know why. Because he was making money. He was bringing in revenue at the time. It was like, oh, look at him. He's looking good out there. But now he's not playing football no more. He just going to be on TV just picking teams that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing to have anything to do with the relevance of your NFL career.
Here's the thing how you know they full of shit. Michael Vick, those same people could know that Michael Vick is coming here and he's picking neighborhood kids to play flag football.
Right.
That's what the Pro Bowl is.
Right.
Picking neighborhood kids to play flag football, I guarantee you they ain't gonna say nothing. Why? Because it's not something big that they can be upset about. Oh, the NFL? That's a big billion-dollar organization.
Right.
I don't want them having this guy associated with this. But he could come here, pick neighborhood kids to play flag football. They're not gonna care. Like, whatever. He's where he belongs with those people anyway.
I mean, man, it's just. And when you said that,
stop being so damn fake. That's all y'all is. That's all y'all know how to be is fake.
When you said that about the books and your father was in Fortune 500 and this is like the life that you live, which is true. I mean, and this is my thing. Go back to my people. We wasn't raised with it, but now we have a choice. And the choice is now to become more educated on things. That's not to say that we going to be millionaires, but I'm pretty sure our kids should be. Because we gave them, at this point now in our lives, we know a little bit more, and that's going to lead for them to know a little bit more and to be able to research some things, to understand some things. Because one thing that I learned from Dr. Umar Johnson, and I didn't even realize this, and I always say this, why is it that, and I put it on Facebook, a lot of people didn't say, they didn't respond because they know it's true. So why, just think about this. When the baby is born, before you leave the hospital, you need a car seat. I don't give a goddamn what you got. They won't let you leave the hospital unless you have a car seat. Even if they have to buy it. They have to physically see it, or you're not going nowhere. When life is created, when life is brought into this world, it's a certain that a baby needs food, love, and care, and all that. Guess what else is certain in life? Death. Death is guaranteed. It don't matter how old you are. So why is it that we have these fish fries? So what the brother was saying, Brother Umar, that's where a lot of the Jewish people get their wealth from. Because you open up a policy that you pay into. When you pass, you're able to leave something. So that your kid can do something instead of leaving them dead. Give them a plan. Teach them money. You ever notice they do not teach about money in the school? No way, shape, or form. They don't teach about money. They might let you count some change. They might let you count some bills, but they don't teach you about a dollar. They need to teach you how
credit
to spend a dollar and make two. What it needs to build credit. They need to show you these things because these are real life things. So since they're not teaching in the school, we're responsible for it. We are. And that is something simple. Life insurance is something simple. Now that we know that, we need to do things. And you don't have to have life insurance. Leave something so that your child can have and they can take your family to the next level. Because if you leave them with no guidance,
then they're going to be fighting dogs.
Right. You leaving them astray. So they're not going to know what to do. If you're not, I just love what Dame Dash told DJ Envy. He said, you're selfish. He said, you're selfish. And he said, how am I selfish? He said, because you saying that it's okay to work for somebody. And he just did not get it. He's saying you should be teaching about ownership. You should tell them it's not okay to be working for somebody. It's absolutely not okay to work for somebody. You do what you have to do. You should have ownership so that when you grow up, you can pass it down to your kids, and when they grow up, they pass it down to their kids. That's what you call generational wealth. And he said you're selfish for your kids because if you're not doing it for your kids, then who you doing it for? I work hard for my last name, not my first. I said, damn, he should have just dropped, he should have slammed the damn mic and just walked out of there. Because that's key. You built, like I said, it don't have to be life insurance policy, but that's an easy road. Because, you know, you just put in $20 away and then you get this lump sum. But the only way you get the lump sum, obviously, somebody got to check a body this joint. But you can leave things like a home, a business, a plan, money for a plan to go in motion. Come on, man. That's why, truth be told, this probably could have been avoided if Mike Vick understood about money. Mike Vick probably didn't know nothing about money, so he was just, you know,
so he was a kid.
He was just doing something.
$100 million out of nowhere and was like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. And a lot of them, that's what they do. But now what was starting to happen, like a lot of these owners said, listen, we're going to put y'all with somebody that can actually teach y'all about money. So they put them next to like accountants and financial advisors. You don't need that. You need family. You need somebody that's real. You know what I mean? Family. And I ain't talking about like the family because you know who is who. Yeah, you know who is who. Every family can't see that pay stub. You know what I mean? But you can take them on a ride. Deontay Wilder said something that was key, man. Deontay Wilder hang with 3 guys. Oh, man, I love this stuff, man. He hang with 3 guys, and when he trained, he said, you can't be around me if you ain't in shape. I said, that's the first time I ever heard that. He said, I got trainers for this, 1, 2, 3, and 4, all this stuff. And he said, you can't be around me if you ain't going to be in shape. I don't need that energy around me. So the same way y'all hold me responsible to win, y'all not going to just be around me mooching. Y'all going to work. Now, guess what? That put that in their mind, and it's going to put that in their kids' mind. Black people have a welfare mentality. Guess what my wife told me? Food stamps is about to get turned off. Did you know that?
No.
It's about to get turned off.
I don't know.
Stay woke. It's getting turned off. Donald Trump. But guess what? I told my wife, is that a bad or good thing? It's a great thing. Because now, guess what? That allowed black people to get back being focused. Such for being lazy. So now, when you dependent, stop being dependent. Nipsey Hussle, shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Well, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. One of the things that he said, be your own boss. And being your own boss don't mean that you don't have to work for somebody. You can work for somebody, be your own boss. Because you can have investments and let's just say like us be a driver, but you running the business over there. But your money need to go towards your next level. We need to pass things on. We need business plans. We need ideas to keep the money with us. And that's not knocking on any other race, but our race is doing bad. So I want my race to I want my people to go to another level. And I understand like it's hard, like it's scary, but at the same time we gotta take those chances. Man, I could go all day about this whole financial thing, and I understand like the whole thought of like the failure, because like we was talking about earlier, you only think about the negative, you don't think about the positive. You be like, well, if I spend this money, man, I ain't gonna have no money. But if this money work, you're gonna be set for life.
Right.
You don't think like that. We're not programmed to think like that, because you know why? We wasn't brought up that way. We was always brought up, mama was struggling. Warm that up. Save that. Dude, we don't know nothing about
investing.
Investing in nothing. They don't teach you nothing about none of that. They don't teach you about none of that. We had like a little half decent class that teaching you about stocks. You know, teach us a little bit about how to file your taxes, whatever. But now the whole thing is now we gotta make each other stronger. I said, damn, they about to turn these food stamps off. I was like, man, I wonder what people gonna do. Cause it don't stop there. It don't stop there. Cause once they start giving us stuff, that's when people start getting lazy. Man, my boy told me one time, man, I'm sorry I just got off the subject, because like Mike Vick is a great inspiration, because when you just see like his life, man, and just how he did the time, built back up, and was a Plaxico Burress didn't. He came back in NFL. It was just like, man, hey man, your time is up, bro. You know what I mean? Mike Vick not only played back in the NFL, he was on a high level. But my boy told me that this girl said every 3 years she want to have a baby so her welfare never get turned off. I said, man, this is it. I can't do it no more. I work.
Yeah, that's a hard.
I work.
That's a hard statement.
That's terrible. I work,
that
and I don't mind.
Right there is just so downtrodden. It's just unbelievable that you can even think like that.
I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna say it right on this show. At times, working for somebody do make me comfortable. But I read a statement on Facebook. You need to be uncomfortable so you can be comfortable. I said, damn, that was good. Because how you gonna ever know if you don't ever do it? when you just step out on your own. And it's work. It's not easy, but you're so comfortable making somebody else's money. Because guess what? My job about to close in a couple of months. They never once asked me, I lied to you not, what's the next thing for you? Like, they didn't say, Brahim, what's next for you once this spot closed? They say, we don't know when they're closing, but it's coming soon. Because guess what? They don't care. They don't care. They didn't ask me what was my plans. They didn't ask me what was my plan because it's a business. It's a business. Companies don't care. I don't work for companies that they come right in there and just tell you, hey, listen, ask my mom. My mom be on there, Mona Gambrell. She be on Facebook. You can check her out. She'll tell you. She'll say it to you. She went to work one day regular. The owner came right to her face. He said, I need to have a meeting with you. You are an executive housekeeper. She was right underneath the GM of the whole hotel. She worked any day that they asked for, any hours that they asked for. Most of the time, she ran the hotel. They said, your position is being terminated. No warning. Today, your position is being terminated. Guess what she had to do? Get the hell up out of there. File for unemployment. Guess how long her unemployment lasts? 6 months. My mom didn't graduate from high school, so it was hell for her to get a job at this point. She been doing the same thing for 25 years. She walking around with a goddamn floppy disk. Come on, man. That always stuck in my head, man. I tell you no lie, and that getting me emotional every time I think about it. My mom walking around with a floppy disk trying to make ends meet to show her resume. They was already on the hard drives already.
Right.
She walking around with a floppy disk because she don't know nothing about this stuff. She with a floppy disk. So it's just like, nobody ain't teach her about money. They just taught her about getting a job and working hard. But if she would have just used some of the money that she was making and the knowledge that she had, she could have probably did some of this stuff on her own. It might have not been on the level of a hotel, but she could have.
It would have been something.
She could have opened up an apartment. Apartment complex. But we just don't program that way, and you just see how, like I just told you, how they just did it. And guess what? It was over. And they took that same position. They offered it to a white boy. They offered it to a white boy. I mean, I could go all day when it come to this stuff. So when you see Mike Vick, you better congratulate that man. That man ain't got no damn ski mask on. He could be walking around robbing somebody. He could have been like Charles Roberts.
He could have reopened up a dog fighting ring.
He could have reopened up. He could have did tons of things. But guess what? He stayed on the right track.
Sometimes you learn from your mistakes. Because he could be like, you know what? I had a dog fighting ring. All this was in my name. I'm pretty sure he heard about that. Like, why you have it in his name? Why you have a fall guy? This time around, you can have a fall guy. You can have it in somebody else's name. And those dogs that y'all love so much should still be getting killed.
Yeah, good point. He
and
could still be doing
even more money than he did the first time around.
And nobody wouldn't even know. And he could be just like, oh man, I love dogs. But down somewhere in like Cleveland, Ohio, he got this whole dog ring. Guess what? He done made it a franchise now. You know what I mean?
He got dog rings all over the city. All over the country.
But nobody wouldn't know that. But that's the thing. When people do better, congratulate those people, man.
Regardless of what they did.
Whatever they
Especially
did.
when it wasn't nothing to you.
Right.
That's what get me. He ain't do nothing to you. If he went in your house and took your dog and you say screw him for the rest of your life, I'm with you. I can accept that. But you just heard about a dog.
A dog.
Okay.
And don't even know. They don't know nothing about what Vic had. It was just his name was attached to the house. They never said Mike Vick ever for the dog. They never showed a picture or anything. Man, I wish you could see that documentary. That documentary was so good I couldn't blink. I was sitting there staring at the documentary, and I watched it. It was 3 parts to it, and I never stopped watching it. I just kept going, and it was pretty lengthy. I think probably like an hour and change. You know what I mean? And I just sat there. I could not stop because it was so good. Like I could not believe he came from this and he turned to this. That's why I don't give Mike Vick so much trash. But I didn't like what he did with Riley Cooper. I just didn't. I just think the same way that we talk, we should talk all the time. Don't matter what platform that we on. Just be yourself. This is what happened. I feel like this person is that. I feel like white people do this to black people. I feel like black people do this to white people. I'm not a racist. Like, however you feel, how you was brought up, you can't change that. It happened. So I should be able to talk about it. Even if whatever happens, like meaning they shut this thing down or whatever. Okay, then let them shut it down. But you can't hide from your truth. You can't hide from your truth. So if you felt like, okay, well, he was racist or he might have did something that was racist at some time ago, why would you take up for him just because you're trying to get a job? Come on, man, stop. We need to stop that, man.
Right.
We need to stop that, man. We just need to just be genuine, man. Like we said, the other one, the other shows. We need to be genuine and love each other, man. Stop with this foolishness, man. I know certain things you can't say, then just don't say it. It's so many things that I could say on this show that I just don't say. Based off of me not hurting people's feelings because I don't want to come off as if I don't love them. But when I grew up, I told you, my mom said, oh, you can't wear earring. That's facts. Y'all can ask my mom that. You can ask my mom all that type of stuff. I'm not doing this. No, my son can't do that. No, that's just me. That don't mean I hate you. I never once got on this show and said I hate anybody. But at the same time, you see with the stuff that Mike Vick got to deal with. He never said that he hate anybody, but look at all the people that hate him. Who wouldn't like a story like how he did? He did something wrong and changed his life and stayed on a straight path. And he's a family man. You never heard Mike Vick cheating. He take care of his responsibilities and he owned what he did with the situation that happened. He owned it. And guess what? He took everything with that, flipped it all up, back to 100 million. And that's what people hate. Look at what he did. And Plaxico Burns, how you go to jail for shooting yourself? Come on, man. I'm about to check. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, let's. Bro, how do you get locked up for saying? If I say, boom, what's the crime? What is the crime? Not only he shot himself, he lost everything. He went to jail, got back in NFL, but it was pretty much over then because he was already older when it first happened, and he was never like a speedster or anything. So
no, he was the jump ball guy.
But why do you go to jail for shooting? They got a problem. That's what they should have a problem. Where's the crime? You going to jail first degree for shooting yourself. What the fuck? Come on, man. Yeah. This stuff is foolish, man. This stuff is foolish. It's like you can't. And I even tell my wife in a sense, like if I do something, allow me to apologize for what I done. You accept my apology. So if the situation possibly can happen again, don't try to move on the situation as if I'm going to do the same thing I did before. When you said, I accept your apology, allow me to show you my change. You gotta allow Mike Vick to show. Now, if he fight dogs again, that's something totally different.
Bury him. I say bury him at that point.
That is something totally different.
But still mad about that one situation is.
You haven't heard nothing negative. Not one single thing negative from the day that he came home to this current time.
And my only thing with that is also, if anybody in your life ever do something you don't like, I need you to hate them for the rest of your life too.
Yeah, come on, man.
And somebody in your life that you know that you've touched, that you can talk to on a regular basis. If they done anything wrong to you, you gotta not say nothing to them for the rest of your life. The hatred that you hold for Michael Vick, a man you've never met a day in your life.
And guess what? Why they not saying nothing? Make sure you're a vegan too, dummy.
Make sure you're a vegan.
Make sure you're a vegan with all that.
Yeah, that's our show for the day, folks, man. And I'm pretty sure I wanted some people to combat us on this. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm so cool with that, man.
But as you said, if you're not a vegan,
I don't even want to hear your mouth.
I don't want to hear. I was a vegan 3 years ago.
Right.
I just started being a vegan.
Yeah,
if you weren't a vegan from 2007 to right now, I don't want to hear nothing from you.
Yeah, you's a hypocrite. You's a fraud.
A hypocrite if there ever was one.
Yeah, you's a chump.
You know, thanks for tuning in again, folks. We appreciate y'all. You know, no holding thoughts. Yeah. Once again,
check it out.
Ha!
That might